Hello, this is Miss Gloria Bukata. She's a 31-year-old woman living in Bauchi State, Nigeria. She is married and has 3 children. She supports her immediate family and members of her extended family financially. She used to help people as a nurse. She now owns a tailoring business and she has 3 apprentices. She started her business to help women in her community, and she empowers the women so that they can become self-sufficient. Her business is unique because she tries to establish a relationship with her customers instead of just having an all-business mindset. My name is Sydney Vargo, and my colleagues and I will be presenting GB Clothing Design. These are my teammates, Rex, Levi, Jamor, Kira, and Simone. And now I'm going to pass it off to Simone to explain the business in depth.
Let's start with Miss Gloria Bukata's strengths. First, she always produces quality items. Second, she is both able and more than willing to form relationships with her customers. She also has weaknesses. These aren't really things that she nor we can change, but they do affect her business, and they were a factor in our planning. One is gender bias, and the other is the abundance of tailors in the area. Miss Gloria Bukata also has tons of opportunities, one being to expand to a storefront. Another is the fact that she is able to employ and educate girls through her apprenticeships. She's also been considering expanding her customer base to males. This would involve her learning a new skill of tailoring male clothing. She also has threats. One that is familiar to many business owners is COVID-19. Another is moving locations. Although expanding to a storefront is also an opportunity, if there's no increase in customers, this could be a loss on Miss Gloria's part. But we have taken this into consideration in our planning, and we just thought it would be good to mention. Now let's move into the problems that we have addressed. One is a lack of brand, a lack of advertisement, and a lack of organization. To address brand, we have designed a brand. For advertisement needs, we have created flyers, business cards, and a referral program to help expand and maintain Miss Gloria Bukata's clientele. Last but not least, for organizational purposes, we have created a customer login sheet as well as a calendar. This not only helps her organize her things internally, but also helps with the fine print between her and the customer. Now I will send this off to my teammate, Rex, who will explain the business model, which we kept under heavy consideration when formulating the solutions.
For the business model, we really wanted to focus on 3 main parts. The first one being her revenue stream. The main sources of her revenue are making dresses for women and school uniforms for children. The next was the value that she provides to her customers. She provides this value through taking their fabrics and their concepts and making it a reality. This is obviously a huge value provided to any customer that walks through her doors. The last part being her partners. Her partners are Li and the 3 apprentices that work with her in her house. These past 2 weeks, we've really gotten to sit down and know Mrs. Bukata. One of the main questions we decided to ask her was, what makes your business unique? She said that she's hardworking, she creates quality product, but most importantly, she likes to create a personal connection with her customers. She wants them to feel welcomed coming to her and giving her their clothes. So we decided to create a brand personality around this, very much represented in the logo and the business name. We designed multiple logos and came up with multiple business names, but at the end of the day, we wanted to make sure that Mrs. Bukata had the final say over which one she picked for her business. We wanted it to feel unique and personal to her.
There are countless tailoring businesses in Bauchi State, Nigeria, but there are still over 20 in Mrs. Bukata's immediate area. Despite this, these tailors are well known to be slow and unreliable, leaving their customers unsatisfied. These companies also do not have a brand image or a logo or a slogan, but with our help, we will help Miss Gloria Bukata overcome these challenges. We will also be creating advertisements to help her stand out over her competitors. We will be utilizing flyers and business cards to help advertise her company. We'll put the logo and her personal information on the business cards to help customers reach out to her. On the flyers, we will put pictures of some of her best work to let customers know what kind of clothes they might be getting. We'll hand these flyers out at Kazwan Yelwa Market and the business cards at her business. Now I'm going to hand it back over to Rex to talk about the market.
As I mentioned earlier, her main sources of revenue are from making dresses for women and school uniforms for children. So naturally, her main customer base is women and children. The market that she currently works in, there are less female tailors than male tailors. This is the perfect advantage for Mrs. Bucata's business because she's going to be one of the few up-and-coming female tailors in this market, but also she's going to be coming in with a brand, a logo, a business name, advertising plan, storefront, and with all this combined, it's going to set her aside not only from the female tailors, but the male tailors as well. She's just going to look like a professional business owner. There are also plenty of schools in her area as well. As mentioned, she currently designs uniforms for 2 schools in her area, but there are plenty of others that she can absolutely tap into and utilize for revenue. I'm also going to hand this over to Akira to talk about the referral program.
The next topic that we will be going over is the referral program. So the referral program will allow for Miss Gloria Bucata to stand out from the rest of the tailoring businesses in Bauchi State. When a customer brings in a loved family member or a friend, that customer will be able to acquire a free item such as a handmade scarf, a handmade mask, or a handmade headband. And this just all depends on the scraps that Gloria has laying around. She can use old fabric, so it doesn't have to damage her budget at all. And especially in the Nigerian culture, a small gift given from a business owner is really important and signifies that personal connection that Gloria has embedded in her brand, and it just allows for her to expand her market. The next solution that we have implemented is the customer login sheet for Gloria to become more organized. So when a customer first walks in, they would write their name, the date, the cost of the item, the style of the clothing piece, and their customer contact information. So we really wanted to nail the customer contact information just because, especially like Levi mentioned, a lot of the tailoring businesses in Bauchi State are really unorganized and a lot of customers aren't satisfied. So with each customer contact information, Gloria is able to reach out. She has their phone number and call them if she has any questions or when their item needs to be picked up. Finally, we have the calendar. So this is just another way for Miss Bucata to stay organized. It allows for her to set due dates for when each item needs to be completed, when each piece needs to be done by the end of the week, and it also just lets her have better time management skills. So next, I'm going to pass it to Jamor to talk about the financing.
Thank you, Kira. Like many other businesses around the world, Ms. Bucata's business is currently taking a hit due to COVID-19. Currently, she is only making 10,000 naira per month, while prior to COVID-19, she was making 24,000 naira per month. After our help, we project that Ms. Bucata will make 30,000 naira per month. Once she implements the advertising plan, she will be able to gain more customers, which will lead to a bigger profit. When taking these numbers into account, we took into account the profit margin as well as the error margin. Currently, Ms. Bucata's profit margin is about 50%, and her error margin is very small due to the fact that she does not make many mistakes. Any mistake that she does make takes 15 to 40 minutes to fix. This time does not really have a huge effect on her output of products, so it does not affect her profit. One thing that does affect her profit are expenses. We are asking the Leadership Initiatives Grant Proposal Committee to give us a total budget of $1,400. We plan to split this between the infrastructure team. They will have 80% of the budget, while we will have the other 20%. The advertising budget is composed of flyers, business cards, a login sheet, and a calendar. The flyers cost $55.04 for 300 paid copies. The business cards cost $65.63 for 500 copies. A calendar cost $4.64, and the login sheet expenses has been covered due to the fact that Ms. Bucata printed it out in the Leadership Initiatives office in Nigeria. Now let's summarize. First, Sydney and Simone mentioned how mentioned Miss Gloria's problems with her business, which are her lack of advertising, her lack of branding, and her lack of organization. Second, Rex mentioned how we created a brand that best represents her as well as her business. Third, Levi and Kira mentioned how we plan to expand and maintain the clientele by implementing physical advertisements as well as a referral program. Fourth, Kira mentioned how we plan to implement a booking system into Miss Gloria's business with a login sheet and a calendar. And finally, I mentioned the budget with the profit increase and the expenses. Now, Simone will finish it off with a recap of what is going to happen next.
So what now? We've presented to you this presentation. Now where do we go from here? Now we're uplifting Gloria. Not only are we uplifting Gloria, but we're uplifting her family and a community of females who stand beside her. Now more than ever, we're able to aid her in helping women feel and show how they feel on the inside through her clothing designs. She's also able to educate and employ young girls through her apprenticeships. Now, Gloria is taking steps towards ending poverty and promoting independence amongst females in her community. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask now, but our contact information is presented along the side if something dawns on you later.
Fantastic job, guys. Let me bring in the judges. 1 second. Panelist. Give me 1 more second. Nancy was here, so I'm going to let her be a judge too and let you know what she thought. Okay. Umar's here. Ahmed's here. See if Nancy appears. Okay, so we're going to start off. Ahmed, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, like I think introductions, obviously you guys, every team so far, once again, I can't just keep saying and how much you guys have done a really great job with the introduction. This is a really important piece to, bring in this to the front of the judges and to the audiences, having people understand the background and the history of the individual that you're trying to support. SWOT analysis, I also like that. You guys had a lot of great information there. I like the piece within the SWOT analysis that you described each of the different areas, the problems. It was very clear, very simple. The competition piece, which I thought was very interesting. You guys talked about there being about 20 other businesses, and out of the 20 businesses, she has an opportunity to do something very unique and very different. She had the opportunity to create for herself a competitive advantage, which is really a great thing. If she can do that, she can definitely separate herself from the rest, which would give her some, return customers, and people will come to her. And part of that competitive advantage could be tied into the referral program also that you guys have mentioned. So I really enjoyed hearing that. You guys talked about potentially she can make some giveaways. I love that idea actually about using the leftover materials to actually make something, right? Especially in this time of COVID, what we've seen is people use the leftover material or materials to make masks, right? She can give away free masks to people. She can make her own design mask with her own logo on it and make it tailor it to her business and give it away free because these are some leftover materials. Or she can make something different that's unique to her, use her own creativity to make some giveaway. So that's a simple way to do it. Doesn't cost her anything. Materials are all over the place, and each thing is going to be unique and different in its own way. So I think it's a great piece to explore. Budget, finances, you guys were great too. You guys get the bigger number, but I'm sure Bill will probably lean on this too. A little bit more detail when it comes to the budget and numbers is always a good thing. Give people a little, show people a little bit more about where the money is going, so that they have a little bit of better sense about it. Because if you just throw a big number people want to know, well, what are you going to do with it? Where does this money go? Right? So always try as best as you can to show people where the money is being spent. Other than that, great job, guys. You guys were awesome, and congrats again on another great presentation.
Perfect. Bill, would you like to share some thoughts?
Yes, I would. This is another great presentation. I'll just tell you, Marshall, every year it gets better and better. I think what I've been doing it 5 years and over 100 of these things, and I just love it. I love seeing the progress we're making here. Sydney, great introduction. Simone, I liked where you just weaknesses and opportunities, and then it moved into the, I like where you brought up a weakness was gender bias, and then an opportunity was male clients. I like that connection, which nobody on the team has done. Only one other team took, and when they got into the problems and solutions, took both weaknesses and opportunities and talked about them. So that was very good. Then Rex, I liked where you talked about the revenue, and most of it was from Moon and Close in schools. That was good. Levi, I like where you talked about the competition. You did a really good analysis of that, best I've heard today, of their guys are slow and reliable, and they don't have the marketing that she's going to have when we get through with this. Then back to Rex. You talked about the marketing and their schools. She's got 2 schools, and why doesn't she get more? And that there are a few female tailors. I really like, why doesn't she go more into the schools? And right there, I'm going to go pause and just praise Ahmed here, because he nailed something with masks. And I know somebody here in the U.S. who they're making they're doing school uniforms, and with the leftover material, they're making masks for the students. Okay, except they're charging them $10 a mask. Might be a little bit of maybe she could charge a little bit for them, or maybe she just does it for free with the leftover material. That's up to her. Of course, if she's providing the mask for free, maybe that to the 2 schools, maybe that becomes a selling point to the other schools, right? That you're trying to get. Kira, I like the referral program. Jamor, you hit the budget stuff. I got about $120 of the 280. Usually what we'd like to see is, you lay out how much the flyers cost, how much the business cards, the calendar, and how you got, I think it was to the 280. I couldn't get there. But I know you did cover, maybe it was only $114. But I really liked the part about the login sheets were printed by Ally at the thing. That was really good. My hat's off to Umar for that one. I guess he helped with that. And then finally, the summary, Simone, you did, again, another good job by you. This is, I think, the first time today I've heard of what's next. And you talked about uplifting education, educating young people and employing them, the apprentices. And those are all really important. It's the first time I've heard of what next. And then my last comment overall for everybody. Boy, this is a professional looking presentation. You guys look like professional marketeers with the slides and the way it all flowed and the colors and everything else. So really a great job on all that. And I've gone over again. Thank you, Umar.
True to form, Bill. Great comments and long. Umar, tell us what you think.
Yeah. So just like Bill said, he said that you guys have an amazing presentation. This is way professional. I love it, because the simulation is right and everything, it's on point. So talking about the SWOT analysis, something just drew my attention. When you realize that other tailors actually have weakness in terms of not keeping time, and then not being efficient and stuff like that. And then you realize that this is actually a weakness and an opportunity for Gloria to strike the market. So despite the fact that there are so many tailors around her. So this is one thing with business, when it comes to competition, you just have to look at what is one thing that you can do differently with other businesses. And talking about that, not being efficient with time, Ahmed can actually testify that, because he's been disappointed with tailors as well. So using calendar is really going to help Gloria to be on top of her game, by making sure that people get their material on time and get everything on time. And creating a customer info booklet, this is the most incredible part of the whole thing, because she needs that. And I don't know how you make it, because I didn't see how it looks like, but having the customer's info, it's more or less like making sure that you don't miss any material that the person actually provide for the business partner. Because I've seen a lot of, especially like this period of time, it's a festive period in Nigeria. So many people take their fabrics to tailors, but they keep mixing things up. So maybe they will take mine and make it for Ahmed, and takes Ahmed and make it for someone else. So it makes a lot of people so angry and so mad. And this is like the most intense period when tailors are actually disappointing like hundreds of people. And simply that happened because of lack of good time management. So, but you guys have at least covered almost everything that your business partner needed. And the flyers, the business card, everything is going to support the business. And I can't wait to see how that is going to make her to be an exceptional tailor, someone we can actually depend on all the time, so that my kids, my family can patronize the business without being disappointed at the end of the day. So that's really, really huge. And thank you so much, guys, for putting your effort to make that happen. I can't wait to see the final results. Thank you.
Marshall, you're on mute.
Thank you, Rex. I said, Nancy, I believe you're here in audio form. Did you want to just give the team any kind words?
I'll say some kind words. I think these gentlemen have covered most of what I would say. I just wanted to applaud this team. Extremely professional presenters in their appearance, in the way they handed off between each other. It was very smooth. Their PowerPoint was extremely engaging. I loved the logo that they created for Gloria. I also like the way they just personalized this so much and were passionate about taking Gloria under their wing and creating a great plan for her. They personalized it, and it was obvious that they really cared and had worked hard. So great job by this team. And like the others have said, it'll be so interesting to see how this works out for Gloria and her family. And I know that she will be most appreciative for all the hard work that this team put in. Thanks for having me, Marshall.
My honor and pleasure. So everyone, you want to give the judges and Nancy a round of applause, please? Perfect. Judges, Nancy, you guys are beyond incredible. Nancy, thank you so much for working with this team for the last 2 weeks. They deeply appreciate it. Judges, I'm going to move you back to attendees. Before I do that, college admissions officers, if you want to get any of the information on these students, you go to the bottom of this video and their individual websites showcasing all of their talents and all the work they put in to make this possible is at the bottom of this YouTube video. In addition, when you go to the website, we'll be updating it every 3 months on their business partners' growth. And you can always call the LI office to find out more about them. Our number is 202-738-1115. Thank you for watching this video.